Indian parents broke one more perfectly good relationship. 26F and 27M. I'm 26F and I've decided to walk away from someone I truly love. It hurts more than anything, but I feel I have no other option. We're from the same caste. We share deep understanding and affection. There was real potential. He had even spoken to my parents and given his word. It wasn't some casual relationship. It was meaningful. It was going somewhere. At least that's what I believed. When his parents found out about us, their first objection was distance. Our families live in a different cities 1000 km apart, and they said it's not practical. That he should find someone nearby. Slowly, the conversation started involving a pandit they trust. The pandit didn't say the match won't work, but he made vague, negative-sounding statements that fed their doubts even more. Despite all this, my boyfriend kept talking to his parents. He didn't threaten or argue with them. He made heartfelt, calm requests. He told them, please at least talk to her and her family. You'll see they're good people. I've given my word to them. But the result, his mother fell sick from the stress. She didn't shout or demand anything but emotionally broke down. His father told him he was becoming a bad son. That he didn't care about his parents' emotions. They started guilt-tripping him. They weren't eating properly. They said, if you want to go ahead with this relationship, you're legally allowed to. But know that our blessings aren't in it. And relationships like that don't work. Eventually they said yes, but without their heart in it. A cold and heavy yes. Not a yes of joy or acceptance. Just a formality. And this crushed him. Even then he tried talking, then now we should connect with them. To which he was accused of not caring about what his parents want. He told me, how can I drag you into a marriage where our families don't have warmth for each other? What if this turns into bitterness later? What if your parents see how mine are just showing up with no grace and then they say no too? What if something happens to my parents, their health or mental state, and I can never forgive myself? And I agree with him. If he cannot handle the coldness, then we should not move further. Both of his parents already have medical conditions. He is scared, really scared, that choosing me will destroy their physical and emotional well-being. I can see that. I can see he's torn and full of pain. But I also see that I'm not getting the one thing I need. Security. I asked him, can you promise me marriage? Can you give me that firm ground to stand on? And he says, I want to be with you, but if something happens to them I can't continue. That's a yes and a no at the same time. How am I supposed to wait if there's no clarity, no promise? He says he's choosing me but can't actually make the choice. He's asking me to trust him, but he's not able to stand strong for us either. So I've decided to walk away. It's painful. I'm not walking away because there was no love. I'm walking away because I wasn't chosen completely. Because his parents would rather believe a pandit and fears about distance than get to know the person their son loves. Because even after all his honest attempts, they don't want to open the door. I know he cares deeply. I know he's trying, but love isn't just trying. It's choosing. Choosing in the face of discomfort. Choosing in the face of pressure. Choosing with conviction. I didn't ask for a fight. I asked for a commitment. And I didn't get it. They spent hours discussing all this. He kept requesting them with sincerity. But they still said no. And even when they said yes, it wasn't with joy or warmth. He kept telling me, please wait, I'll try my best for us. I'll make sure this happens. But how can I wait when his parents aren't even open to knowing us? When all they see is health problems and guilt and social fear. When the only time he says maybe is when I'm walking away. It shouldn't take losing me to realize my worth. They've said he's being selfish. That he's only thinking about his future and not theirs. That he'll regret it. That they'll find someone closer and better. And he's not old enough to understand how relationships work. That marriage should be nearby for support. And this conversation, even without ultimatums, caused his mother's health to crash. In the end, I see him choosing silence over commitment. I see him breaking down, not stepping up. So I'm choosing myself. I'm moving to a new city. I'll rebuild. I'll focus on my business, my mental health and my own peace. I'll make a home that belongs to me, and for once, I'll belong to myself. If you've read this far, thank you. I just needed to share this with someone. Edit. After everything, his father spoke to mine and clearly said no on the call. He also said no directly to my boyfriend. That made me feel like maybe I had put him in a position where he might start pulling away just because I asked him for a short timeline. So today, I told him I am ready to wait. Not just for a few months, but for a year or 2 or even 5. I said take all the time you need. I will wait, but at least give me some kind of security that we are endgame. Whether his parents agree or not. He said it might take time because his parents are orthodox and will need time to settle with the idea. I said fine, take all the time you want. Just promise me that you won't leave me and that you will marry me in the end." He was silent again, and eventually, he said no. What hurts the most is that he had once promised me that no matter what happened he would marry me. He gave that commitment before his parents even knew. But from the moment they got involved his commitment started fading. And now in the end he chose not to stand by it. So please, if you're in a relationship and your partner says they will marry you, wait until you know for sure their parents are truly on board. Words are easy, pressure changes things. Do not rely on promises that aren't followed by actions.